Welcome to Ask an Atheist, a weekly educational call-in program focusing on issues of atheism, skeptical inquiry, and the separation of church and state. We air live from Scan Studios in Seattle every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, and we're archived online at www.askanatheist.tv. My name is Casey Doran, and voted the most popular co-host ever, Libby Mistretta. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. Nice to be back.
We're really glad you're back because all of the hapless horn dog viewers, you are the person that wanted to come back the most.
I'm flattered in a strange sort of way. Yeah, I had a work schedule conflict, but I should be able to be back in the regular host rotation from now on, and looking forward to continuing my participation with the show. So.
Well, we were really thinking that you might have joined some kind of crazy cult or something, so we're glad you're back.
It is a possibility. Yeah.
So we are going to switch up our show a little bit. So I think we're going to dispense with any kind of announcements because actually I don't think very much is going on, except for RAM after the show, and we'll tell you about that later if you want to come down and talk to us. So I think we should just do a call out just to make sure if you're an atheist, agnostic, or free thought group in the Puget Sound area and you want to get mentioned on this show, please go to www.askanatheist.tv and maybe we can get that up on the screen there. And you guys can tell us what you're doing, tell us, we might pimp you out on our show, and try to get all of us atheists and the like together.
We like that, togetherness.
Yes, yeah, well there's not nearly enough of that. So I guess we can lead straight into news stories, I guess.
Yeah, I have. These are actually, both of my news stories come from Hemant Mehta's blog, The Friendly Atheist, which is a pretty great blog. If you've never checked it out, you should. I think it's just friendlyatheist.com.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, pretty good stories here. He commented on the existence of a business called Eternal Earthbound Pets USA, and this is basically an atheist set up this service, I suppose you could call it. And the website says that they match responsible atheists with Christians concerned about the pets they will be leaving behind during the rapture. And now, initially, this was a free service. You could just go onto the website if you were a concerned Christian worrying about Fluffy, or like, if I were a Christian, I might want to find someone to take care of my guinea pigs, Carl Sagan and Ankh Shashank. Their real names. Initially, it was just like this volunteer thing. It was maybe kind of silly a little bit to make people question their belief in the rapture. But now this guy has actually started charging $110 for anybody who wants to have an atheist promise to take care of your pets. And apparently they have at least 200 contracts as of today. So they're making some money off of this. And Hemant Mehta raises the question, is this ethical? Is it really okay? Because, I mean, this dude who runs the website, the Eternal Earthbound Pets USA, he doesn't believe the rapture is going to happen, clearly. So is this ethical? Is it just like psychics and tarot card readers who know they're trotting out a bunch of BS but taking people's money anyway to kind of give them what they want to hear?
Right. It seems to me like UFO insurance, you know? Like, it's like, when I heard about that in the X-Files time, I was like, wow, those people really know how to scam someone, you know?
Old Liberty robot insurance?
Because robots are strong, and they're more powerful than you.
And they eat old people's pills.
Right.
Anyway, you've got a story too.
Yeah, actually, bald man to my beard face, Paul Case, brought this story to me, and I think I'd read this, but I hadn't read the second part. So, Christian woman stops robbery with faith. It's a great headline. Held at gunpoint, a store clerk invoked her faith to turn a desperate thief into a repentant gunman. So it's a woman who owns a cell phone store in Miami, I believe. The man entered the store and made small talk about the rainy weather, and then he asked to see a phone, and then he showed the clerk a gun and nervously asked for the money in the register. I really hate to do this, the gunman told her. I'm not, she said. I'm just going to, she's not afraid. I'm just going to have to talk to you about the Jesus that I have. And then the robber said in return, may God bless you for that. Just know in my mind that I absolutely hate doing this. I'm embarrassed that I have to do this and I have no choice. So apparently he needed rent money or something and he did this. So she ends up talking him down from the ledge, and I think these are quotes here. I'm not sure how they got this, but the story got this. But she says, Jesus helps you. He can change your life. Go back to church. Find a job. Get real friends in church. Talk to a pastor. You need to do this. Jesus is coming soon. And the story says, completely defeated, the man revealed that his weapon was only a BB gun. So basically, then he left the store, and that was it. And there have been a lot of Christian websites that are saying, oh, this is the power of, you know, this is what the power of of believing in Jesus and what happens if we're all Christians. Well, a story just came up this weekend. There was a follow-up to this. Cops say repentant would-be robber hits shoe store. Investigators have caught up with the repentant would-be thief, who was caught on tape as a manager of a cell phone store talked him out of robbing her. Broward Sheriff's deputies identified the man as Israel Camacho, 37, apologized profusely and then left empty-handed, but later strolled into a Payless shoe store a few miles away and robbed it at gunpoint. On his way out the door last Friday, he said to his victims, "God bless you." So,
I hear something. I believe it was a blast on the irony vuvuzela.
It's fantastic. I don't even feel like I need to say anything about this. It's just so beautiful.
It kind of stands on its own.
Yeah.
Another great story, also again from the Friendly Atheist blog. This one kind of blew my mind a little bit. It's in Christchurch, New Zealand. There's a food bank called the 0800 Hungry Food Bank. They were running out of people to help them deliver their food to needy New Zealanders. And the food bank manager, Carrie Bensiman, said that many of the 120 orders could not be delivered because they ran short on staff. There were not enough volunteers to help them do this. Some atheists volunteered to help out, and they were turned away. They were not allowed to help out with delivering food to needy people. Bensiman, a former truck driver, said that while the warehouse had adequate staff, the charity's policy was that parcels could be delivered only by members of a church. He said he had turned down help from non-religious people. And then he says, "I know it sounds really, really stupid, but you've got to understand how we're set up." He said the aim was to increase church involvement, and having food delivered by non-religious volunteers would defeat the purpose. So the purpose evidently was not, the purpose
WTF
evidently, our floor director just held up a big sign that says WTF, and that's kind of what's going through my head too. I mean, the purpose isn't to feed hungry people.
Right.
It's just to get your church dudes to come out and put in a little more effort.
You know, we talked about this when I was on the show with Mike. It's the same thing with the Catholic Church withdrawing their support of DC services because they voted on the gay marriage thing. It's like they're tipping their hand, and they're showing that it's not to do good works, it's just to further themselves, and the good works are secondary. So if something threatens their reputation, that's crazy.
Unfortunate but true.
And then the last one that I have, actually, can we get the phone number up there, guys? Just because we're talking about lots of stuff, we're making fun of certain people's faiths and certain interpretations of such. So the phone number's here. I'm going to do the thing. Hey,
that's 206-421-5658.
Okay. The last bit of news, and this will segue into your topic today, is this week, Clackamas County Sheriff in Oregon obtained photographs of an 8-month-old that showing a fast-growing mass of blood vessels that may cause blindness over her left eye. Oh, did I miss the beginning of the story? No.
No, I don't think so.
So basically, a couple from the Followers of Christ Church in Oregon City stand accused of criminal mistreatment for deliberately withholding medical care from their child. Their infant daughter, Elena, has a serious eye problem. And Booth, we can get the image up here, because I think this is going to tell, the image is going to tell more. And it's
that's
heartbreaking.
Really sad.
It's shocking. Their infant daughter has a serious eye problem which they chose not to treat. Someone notified authorities that the state intervened, and now the Weilands are trying to regain custody of their daughter. So left untreated, the mass pushed Elena's eye down and out, placing profound pressure on her eyeball and eye socket. It's not clear whether she'll go blind or will recover. The only thing is certain is that the Weilands deliberately withheld medical care and admitted to the court for doing so. So this is sickening when you actually see the photo and you realize that these people, you could look at your own child and see see what's going wrong and not think to take her to the hospital. But the story goes on and says, over the past 3 decades, more than 20 Oregon children whose parents belong to the Followers of Christ Church have died of treatable illnesses, according to the medical examiner's office. Yet Oregon grants special leniency to faith-healing parents, singling them out favorably in state policy and protecting them from being charged with certain crimes. So it later goes on to say that the Oregon's trying to actually repeal this and to make it tougher on them. But I mean, this basically does show you the worst possible outcome of what happens when